Hey guys, this is Brett Freeman with Vista Real Estate. Today I've got Jimmy Torres, one of the owners of Vista Real Estate, and we're just going to talk a little bit about Vista and the things that we do here, and just kind of tell you about how Vista got started and where Jimmy comes from and what his background is in the business and all that good stuff. So we're just going to talk a little bit, and we hope you enjoy this. First up, Jimmy, tell us a little bit about where you're from and how you grew up.
That's a good question. I am from all over Texas. I mean, everybody can ask me where I'm from, and I don't have a true answer to that because I grew up in East Texas in Tyler. Was there for a long time. My mom moved myself to Pflugerville in high school, so I graduated from Pflugerville High School, fighting Panthers. Graduated from Pflugerville, and then went to Mary Hardin Baylor. Met my wife there, and we've been. I've been in Belton since 1999, so basically Belton's home for me.
Gotcha. So obviously you said you're in Belton now. What brought you to Belton? What kind of how did Belton stand out? You know, where after high school, what got you here?
Sure, yeah. So I played sports growing up all through high school, and younger than that, but started I guess my junior year at Pflugerville, decided I was going to stick to football, and so. Actually played football at Mary Hardin Baylor. Came on a visit and fell in love with the campus. It's beautiful, and it's even prettier now. So that's how we got here. That's how we got to Belton, America.
So you were a 4-year guy at well, we hope it only took you 4, maybe 5 or 6.
Hey, hold on, that's none of your business. Yeah, we'll call it 4. Yeah, I was a 4-year guy. I graduated from Mary Hardin Baylor.
What position did you play?
Yes. Left out. No, I'm just kidding. I played center for the first 3 years and tight end my last year there.
So you lost a little weight?
Had one catch for 6 yards. You can look that up.
Boy. Oh, that's great. That's great. So what, obviously UMHB has a great football program, and they're storied, and everybody follows them in our area. What was your favorite part about playing for the Crusaders? What did you take away from that program that carried you into real estate, all that good stuff?
I actually owe a lot to Coach Fredenberg and the guys over at UMHB. That was a really cool experience in my life. It was hard. There's some tough times there too. But man, I think the thing that I got most out of that was my fear of being late. Coach Fredenberg left too many people there at the bus stop, so I refused to let that happen to me. But no, I mean, there's those things, he instilled in us a lot of the work ethic that I have. Didn't really know how hard it was to be a student athlete in college, and work and go to school and do all those things. It was a good time for me. I still love the school, still really involved in the school, still see a lot of the guys that I played with that are coaches there now, and still good friends of mine. That's
kind of one of the things that I took away from being a college athlete as well, is all the relationships you build, and it helps you in your real estate business.
Yep.
I mean, I think you'd agree with that a lot of your clientele is past teammates or past classmates, all that good stuff at UMHB.
For sure, it's been a big influence on my career as well. I mean, like I said, just like you said, tons and tons of referrals and past clients from there. A lot of the guys that I played with, like I said, don't just coach there; they work there. They're in administration. It's been a good referral source for me. Like I said, heck, my 4th child's named after it. We love the place.
That is true. So now the important question. Academically, what'd you major in at UMHB?
Yeah, whatever they'd give me a degree in. No, so when I went there, I had a very specific idea of what I wanted to do. I thought that I wanted to be a game warden, and so
That's funny.
Yeah, that's a terrible job. By the way, I respect those guys more than I could ever imagine, because they have the worst job.
And they have to keep up with you.
Yes, yeah, I know them all very well. But yeah, so I realized that was a criminal law degree, and thought, that's probably not the route I want to go. So then I thought that I wanted to be a coach, and like I said, my one of my roommates at the time, Jack Johnson, graduated a year before me, and man, he was at the field house a lot. And I realized that is not what I want to do. And so I switched over and actually have a minor in exercise sports science, and I majored in communications. Did an internship with the Austin Wranglers, the old arena football team there in Austin, doing some PR work. That was really fun, and that kind of led me down the path where we are today.
Nice. So after college, what was your first job? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. It was a really important job, being a salesman at GNC. Sold vitamins. Actually, man, that was a great job, because all the guys that played after me came and bought vitamins from me. Made good commission off that. But I did that for a long time. Took over the clean mall job, which was a big job. I was not ready for that, but that got old real quick, man. I found myself staring at the sun, looking outside, and all the guys that were working outside, I was kind of envious. I don't like being cooped up, so
I understand.
Took a job with D.R. Horton, building houses. They took a big risk on me because I'd never even actually used a drill. That's a true story. And they hired me to build houses. Thanks for that, D.R. Horton. And did that for a long time, for 5 years, and then finally made the switch over to selling real estate.
Gotcha. So that, I guess, being at D.R. Horton, did it kind of showed you the avenue to get into real estate, and it kind of put a bug in your ear?
Yeah.
That's kind of how it came about?
So when I actually applied at D.R. Horton, I wanted to be in sales. That's always kind of where I saw myself going. They didn't have anything at the time, so they had a construction position open. So I took that job, and it was a cool experience because when you take the job there, the first position they give you in construction, you're kind of someone's assistant. You don't really build houses. You do all the finish out stuff. You
Right.
make sure the towel holders are put on correctly, and then that the house is finished and ready to go. And in doing that, you get to meet a lot of the realtors. You do a lot of one-on-one walks with realtors and buyers, and I really just enjoyed that part of it. It's stressful because you're trying to finish a house quickly to get people in their homes.
Right.
Man, it was fun. It was a good experience. And then I moved up and started building them from the ground up, and had an assistant, and still kept in touch with a lot of the realtors that we grew to know and did business with, and actually still talk to quite a few of them that have been doing it for a long time. But yeah, that's what led me down the path of real estate.
So then the idea of, you and I worked together at HB Shepherd, obviously, so we talked a lot, became good friends, and then Vista came about, this idea of Vista. And at first, we talked about it, and I thought, well, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Jimmy's good at what he does, but owning your own business is a big step.
Yeah.
And then one thing led to another, and we were in this thing together.
Yeah.
And the next thing we knew, Vista was a real thing. So tell me about the steps you took. I mean, obviously there were some nerves probably involved, all that good stuff. Just tell me how Vista came about, and what pushed you towards opening the doors of Vista.
So, when I got into real estate, when I worked under Emilio, which is his daddy, just kidding, father-in-law, just kidding. My ultimate goal, at that time, when I first got in real estate, you could become a broker in 2 years. Mm-hmm. They had just kind of changed the laws that you had to be in it for 4 years. And so my ultimate goal, which I always thought was, I'm going to work for somebody for 2 years. I'm going to learn what I need to know, and I'm going to open up my own business. And I did that, but like I said, they changed the laws, so I wasn't able to become a broker. And man, it was much harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought I had it all figured out. I thought I had it all game planned, and I was not even close to ready. And so, I told Emilio, who again was my broker at the time, that, hey, listen, I'm going to start my own company. I want to go out on my own, and I've already got a place to go, and that's that conversation started. And he started asking me a lot of questions, like, have you done this? Have you done that? Do you have a policy and procedure book in place? Just all the things that I hadn't thought of. I was like deer in the headlights, completely. But like I said, at that time, I didn't know that he was looking at maybe doing something else too. And so, conversation started a little bit after that, and he told me he was, doing his own thing. And I said, well, hey man, you should be my partner. We'll go 50-50 on it. Because I already had a place to go. I was getting ready to leave. And so that's one thing led to another.
Yeah, I remember those conversations well with him. But it worked out, obviously. I mean, there's great things happening here in Vista. So next step, tell us a little bit about Vista itself.
Okay.
How quickly did you grow? I mean, obviously you started off in a pretty small office, and then now you've got multiple locations, which we'll get into in a little bit. But tell us a little bit about Vista, and where it's going, and what it's done so far.
Yeah, man. So when we opened up the doors, there was me and Jennifer Bruns were the only two there the day that the doors actually opened. And I promise you that that night before we went into business, I was sitting there in the office off of West Adams, right next to Good Life Bakery, And I was thinking, man, how in the world am I going to fill these 5 offices? That was really my thought. And there was a fear, for sure. Didn't know what was going to happen. Didn't know, at the time Emilio hadn't committed, so I was, stressing pretty good about the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then within a year, I think we had 15 agents. You being one of them. One that we call the OGs.
OGs. So, there's only, what is there, 5 of us?
Yeah, 5 of us.
5 of us. There's a lot of people that try to get in that OG, but it's only 5.
Kayla, Caroline, you're not an OG. So anywho, so we started, first year, we had about 15 agents, and we did pretty good. I mean, we definitely made a name for ourselves in that first year, and it was kind of wild to see it all go down. It was a tough year, don't get me wrong. I mean, there was, like I said, just like at UMHB, there was ups and downs,
right.
Man. There was some tough times that people didn't see. And then in that second year, we made a pretty good jump. I think that's when we kind of put our name on the map a little bit. Like, hey, these guys they're pretty good. They can sell some real estate. They're doing a good job. And me and Emilio had an agreement that, hey, listen, we're going to pump every dime this company makes back into advertising and make sure that our clients get, the most exposure possible through our company. Because, when you're starting from the ground up, when you're not a corporation or you're not a franchise of one of the bigger guys, you got to do what you got to do to win in your local market.
Absolutely.
And so that second year, I want to say, we closed, I think it was like 40 million in real estate, something like that, which was just kind of mind blowing to me. I mean, I didn't think there was any way in the world we'd ever get to those kind of numbers.
Yeah.
And so
quickly.
So quickly, for sure. I mean,
and if I remember correctly, we had some people that were pretty new to the business too. That were in that mix.
Yeah, I want to say our first 3 hires. That's how me and Jennifer were brand new, and so there was definitely some fear. And then that second year, we had quite a few people jump on the train, and then in the third year, it really took off, and I think we pushed around 80 million in sales, which was just, again, doubling your business is crazy. No one ever thought we would have gotten to that point. And I think the 4th year we moved into our new building here off of Honeysuckle. And I think that year we hit 100 million, 100 and something, 105, somewhere in there, which just seemed absolutely unattainable to me. $100 million in real estate sold is a crazy number in Central Texas, because we're not Austin, we're not Dallas, we don't have the $500,000 listings sitting around every street. It's
and a big thing for me is we're an independent brokerage and we're locally owned. That's a huge deal.
And so in the 5th year, we hit 130 million in sales, and it's we're going to break that record this year again, which those last 2 years we've been the top selling real estate company locally. So that's been a cool just growth, increase in growth.
So the growth came, the agents came. How many agents do we have right now at Vista?
I think we have 49.
40, almost 50, I think.
Yeah, I think 49.
And with that number, tell us about your locations.
Yeah.
How many offices do you have now? And obviously, you've got Vista here in the new building. Tell them a little bit about the new building. And obviously, we've also got, in this particular building right now, we've got Vista Rooftops in here, which is our property management. Yeah. But tell us a little bit about this new building, and then what came after that in Belton and Parker Heights.
Yeah, so in year 3, we decided to go ahead and build this new office here off of Honeysuckle, right next to Scott and White in West Temple. And so about that time, we also had a couple agents come on that we talked to in the past that were interested in maybe doing their own thing. And so Tiffany Fox being one of them, we opened up the Belton office, and she ran it for us. She got her broker's license, and that one, that office has done just great. I could not have imagined it would have produced like it has, and there's a lot of good agents over there. And then I think about 3 or 4 months later, we opened up the one, that might have been 6 months later, we opened up the one in Harker Heights. We thought we'd just test the waters there, and that one's still doing really good too. And so, we've got 3 locations. So we're in Temple, we're in Belton, and we're in Harker Heights, servicing all of Central Texas. We have a lot of agents who do stuff in Austin also.
So the Temple one, just so everybody knows, is here off Honeysuckle, which is off of West Adams. Like Jimmy said, we're right next to we got the Scott and White Clinic to our right, and then out front we've got 3 West. And then I guess that's probably the best markers to find us here.
Yeah, right behind Keela Homes.
And
everybody knows what Keela is.
Right. And then over in Belton, we're right on Lake Road next to
Bush's Chicken.
Perfect. You can get your tires and get some chicken at the same time. And then Harker Heights, we're right next to a Bush's Chicken.
It's kind of a recurring theme. We're thinking about kind of following around, being our.
But what's the address of the one in Belton and Harker Heights?
It's 105 Lake Road in Belton and Harker Heights. Sorry, I don't know. I can't remember.
Anyway, it's right by Bush's Chicken, close to the Walmart in Harker Heights there in the shopping center. So like Jimmy said, we've got offices in all those locations, but we're not just, stuck in Temple or Belton
Yeah.
or Harker Heights. We actually have listings now as far as Lubbock?
Yeah.
Lubbock.
Way
I know we just closed one out in Pleasanton, Texas, which is right next to San Antonio.
It's actually right next to nowhere.
Yeah, it's kind of nowhere, but and then we've got agents that work, Waco all the way down to
We've done stuff in Dallas.
Dallas. I mean, we've got. Well, I guess what I'm getting at here is we service.
All of Texas.
We had this.
Oh, here we go.
We had this contest not too long ago. How many counties do we serve?
Yeah.
Do you remember the answer to that?
I mean, all of Texas, because I don't know how many there are, like 200 and something.
It's all of Texas. We actually do service all of Texas, and we're part of how many MLS?
Yeah, so right now we're part of College Station. We're part of Austin, San Antonio, Central Texas, which covers all the way down to I guess, Victoria, I believe, Dallas, Waco.
So yeah, call us. I mean,
All of them.
all your needs. We've got access to most of everything. So now jumping to something that I'm proud of that Vista takes very seriously is a lot of the community give back that we do. It really, there's a lot of companies that do a lot of great things. Don't get me wrong, but what Vista does is unmatched. Tell us a little bit about the community give back that Vista does and what we've done here recently and what we've got coming up here.
Yeah. So when me and Emilio got this thing started, one of the things that we decided early on was that we don't want to be takers, we want to be givers, because there's a lot of people who are takers. They ask for business, they ask for this, they ask for that, they ask for money. We want to be able to give back to the community, and especially if we're serving the community. Residential real estate, I mean, that's where some people live the American dream, and so we want to be able to put money back into those communities. And so what we decided was to do a golf tournament. We thought we'd give it a go and see if we could get anybody to show up to our tournament. And at that first year or two, I think all the proceeds went back to the Belton Senior Center. And a lot of people don't know that they're not state funded. All their funds come from private donations. And so all the money, I think we were able to give them $10,000 a year for the first, 3 years?
2 or 3 years.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years. I think it's 3 years, actually. And so the tournament got bigger and bigger and bigger, and so actually I think in the second year we had some money left over, and so we were able to buy turkeys for families.
Yeah, we did, and then put towards the McLean's.
McLean's.
Scott and White McLean's Children's Bike Rodeo.
It's not the bike rodeo.
Oh, sorry. What is
I got in trouble. It's the Safety Fest. I don't even freaking know. I did the commercial and I did it wrong 100
So the
times.
Safety Fest. Either way,
Whatever it is.
Either way, we've done it every year with them.
Yeah, so we were able to do that at McLean's. And that's pretty cool too, because you have police officers, you have the firefighters, you have all kinds of public servants out there that are, spending time with kids, showing them how to ride the bikes. It's teaching public safety. That's a cool thing. That was really, I was glad we got involved with that, because I have kids, and my kids have actually been at the children's hospital. But so we do that. We've done feeding the firemen. When we had the hurricane a year ago, when we did the big, we sold hot dogs and hamburgers. Mm-hmm. Was that what we did? Yeah, that was cool, because all the agents pitched in on that deal. And we just sold lunches. We made hot dogs and hamburgers and chips and sold them, and all the proceeds went down south to help the folks who were displaced in the hurricane. Man, dude, we can go on and on.
Like we've done
Feed My Sheep.
Feed My Sheep.
Yeah, that was a good one.
If you keep up with our Facebook, it's pretty obvious that we are continuously giving back to our community, and we have a list. And I'm not kidding you; it's about 3 pages long of people that we give to, or charities that we give to, things like that. Our golf tournament this year is giving back to 9. Yeah. Actually, I think it ended up being 11, but those 2 of them we didn't put on there because we're doing them separate. But 11, and we're able to give, I think, all of those anywhere from $500 to $2,000 off of our golf tournament.
What's cool about that, though, is that it's our golf tournament, but it's all the local business owners. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have tons and tons and tons of business owners, guys we do business with, guys we don't do business with, that sponsor teams, that just pitch in money, pitch in food, pitch in time, and all that stuff goes back. And it's cool to see how the community has come around to help sponsor that and make it a bigger and better deal every year.
Right.
Yeah, I think we got Oktoberfest coming up here in West Temple. I think that's next Saturday, right?
I think it's
October
on the
5th,
5th, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that's next Saturday. That's a cool event that they put on. I think 3 years ago they started it, and the stage is right here, typically in our parking lot or near our parking lot. And they have bands all day. If you don't know what Oktoberfest is, Google it. It's awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
So what else we got coming up?
Well, today we actually we cut the checks, I believe, to all of the school districts.
Yep,
if I remember correctly.
Yep.
We had a drawing.
A giveaway.
I think I don't remember how many we gave, but it was quite a few. To 4 to, I think it was 4.
Yeah, 4.
4 to, I don't remember how many. It was a lot. I mean, there was a lot of entries in it.
That was so. What we did was went on our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and said, "Hey, listen, we want to give back to schools that don't, kids that may struggle getting their lunches taken care of."
Yeah.
And that's hard because you want to help everyone. So we were able to give as much as we could to 4 different schools to kind of maybe help offset some of that cost because man, it's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just that's kind of what I'm talking about when we get with Vista is stuff like that. That's just a big factor in giving back to our community and helping families out. That's just a small portion of what we do here. So with that said, Vista itself, where's Vista going? What's the vision for Vista in the future? What do you see? Obviously growth is always going to happen in real estate with your company, but what's in the future for Vista?
We've been pretty good at faking the funk, acting like we know what we're doing when we really don't. I definitely see growth happening, expansion happening. We've already kind of had some, teetered with Austin, that market. That's a really competitive market, maybe even Waco. I think right now our main focus is to really work with the agents that we have right now and help them, teach them, educate them, keep them busy. That's our main goal, is to keep everybody happy and busy and educated, because if you got an educated agent, that's a big deal. So where we end up next, I don't know. I would say Waco or Austin, more than likely.
Cool.
College Station.
We can't spill the beans, obviously, yet, but there's obviously, sounds like there's some growth coming to Vista. We could, speak a little bit about your agents. We keep mentioning how many we have and all that. Speak a little bit about what we specialize in here. Do we have commercial, all that good stuff. Just kind of tell us what our agents, do and what we specialize in.
Yeah, so we do it all. That's an easy answer. When we first started, I think residential was our game. That's really what we all knew and wanted to do, maybe a little bit afraid to do anything else. But over the years, we've attracted enough good agents that can help us do it all. So we actually have, like you mentioned earlier, with Vista Rooftops. We do property management, and that's go ahead.
Jennifer Bruns and I do a lot of that.
So like I said, we do property management. We do farm and ranch. We've got large tracts. We've got smaller tracts. We've got just lots. City lots, residential lots, commercial lots. Tons of that for sale. Man, we do it all. There's actually no stone unturned that we don't do anymore.
Got a commercial division.
Yep. It's a one-man wrecking show.
One man show, but he does a good job at it. The guy's good.
Yeah, David Gottschalk does a good job.
And then we've got a lot of agents we've got a lot of awesome builders within our company, and a lot of agents that specialize in new construction. And then a lot of great listing agents. Yeah,
so like I said, when we first got going, we specialized in residential sales, and really more than anything, it was new construction residential sales. That's something Vista's always been known for. We have a lot of builders, and we sell a lot of their houses. I mean, that's been our bread and butter, and it will continue to be our bread and butter because we also do development, in-house, and so that has helped push their product, above and beyond, and that's our goal, to keep those guys happy.
Yeah, and so people might wonder, they see a lot of our social media stuff, our marketing stuff. What's so significant about that? Why is that such a big factor in what we do?
Yeah, so we spend entirely too much money doing social media. Right, John? Entirely too much money. But in saying that, it is to help our clients, help our builders, help the folks that entrust us to sell, what in most of the time, it's going to be their biggest purchase or sale ever. The biggest transaction they'll ever make. And so by us spending those dollars and keeping their product out in front of everyone, keeping it out in front of the community, you got to do that stuff. especially in today's day and age. If your social media is not really good, if your marketing is not really good, then your clients aren't going to get their product sold, and that's what they hire us to do.
Right. Kind of the last question here on the real estate stuff. What separates Vista from everybody else? What makes Vista the company to go with if you're trying to buy or sell a property or a piece of property or a commercial property? What sets Vista apart from the rest? Why Vista?
I would say there's a couple things. I'd like to think that we're an extremely educated group of realtors that have a lot of experience. Because being new is tough in this business, especially if you don't have a background in it. But we have a lot of experienced agents, and I think that's key. And we have a great mix of brokers to realtors. I think now how many brokers we got? One.
At least 5?
I think we got 6 brokers
6?
now,
Yeah.
which is extremely rare. You don't have that many brokers in an office ever.
Right.
And so if you do have a new agent, they can go to those guys and ask a lot of questions. But I would say, it's definitely our experience, our marketing, and hopefully we're an honest group of folks who just work hard. That's a big deal to us. Is we just want to work hard.
And so, with that said, how do they? If somebody wants to buy, sell with Vista, what's the best way to get a hold of
Call
us?
me directly. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You can call any of our offices, the Temple office, call the Harker Heights office, call the Belton office, or you can find us on our webpage. We've got a bunch of them. The Vista Realtors is a big one. What's the other one?
Yeah, thevistarealtors.com. That's the best way to find us. And then
VistaListings.com.
Yeah.
Those are the big ones. Man, shoot us a message on social media if you want to. We're very responsive. We try to answer as quick as possible on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever.
Yep.
We even tweet sometimes. I know.
We got a Twitter.
I know.
A tweeter.
Yep.
Twitter. But yeah, you can find us on Instagram. We do have a Twitter, and then Facebook.
Yep.
Is there anything social media wise that I'm missing? Those are the 3 big
We
cats.
even have Pinterest, I believe.
we have a Pinterest.
and LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Yeah,
there you go. That's a good one.
Jeez, we got them all.
5 of them.
I don't know if we're that good.
All right. So that's Vista in a nutshell. Obviously there's a lot of great things going on in Vista, not just with Vista itself, but out in the community as well. Jimmy is obviously one of the co-owners here, so wanted to bring him in today to talk a little bit about Vista itself. But now we've got the football pick'em.
This is the most important part.
We've got the
of
football
this
pick'em.
entire interview.
So, you want to start with high school?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it. Who you got?
Well, Temple's Idol this week. Blue front, white back Magic.
Good Lord.
Belton,
Skid.
Belton got
Come on, man. What happened?
got a little whooping last night. So we'll start with the district in our area then. You got Ellison versus Cove tonight. I will tell you, Ellison has a good quarterback.
Man, I don't know.
I'm not going to show you records.
Ever since Coach Welch left, I believe Cove was down. I cannot go with the Bulldogs.
You going with the Eagles?
I'm going with the Eagles.
Ellison Eagles.
What's their record?
Let's see.
You don't even know. It's all right.
I don't know what they're, but they've got a good quarterback. I know that.
Ellison it is.
A kid can play. So then you slide down to Waco, to Panther Stadium tonight, and you got the Waco Lions, who are coached by ex-Longhorn, by the way.
I know.
And then you got the Midway Panthers. Hey, the Midway Panthers aren't quite as strong as they
So
have
here's my
been
deal. When I was at Pflugerville, we were undefeated. We were 9-1 and 9-1 in the 3 years that I played. We played Waco every single time in the first round, and we were 0-3 against Waco. The next year, Pflugerville was 10-0 going into the first round of the playoffs and lost to Waco. I will never root for Waco High. I'm sorry. I got friends that play very hard better that coach at Waco. Absolutely not. Go Midway.
Midway Panthers it is. So we got the Eagles and the Panthers tonight so far. The next one, we got those mighty Killeen High School Kangaroos. And then they're playing the Harker Heights Knights.
Yep. Go Roos.
Go Roos?
Go Roos.
Ooh.
Got some clients.
Gotcha.
Got some clients that coach at Killeen High.
Gotcha. Okay, I like that pick. All right, so that's your high school pick. So just a rundown real quick. He's got Ellison Eagles winning tonight. He's got the Midway Panthers, and he's got the Killeen Kangaroos. Let's move over to the college game.
All right.
and we'll go with we'll keep it simple. We'll go with the Texas college teams.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about a couple. Let's not
Oh yeah.
forget.
Hey, come on now.
We got my hometown Salado Eagles against the Connolly Cadets tonight. Now I will tell you, Connolly is ranked number 2 in the state. I believe.
I do know that Conley is pretty good.
But Salado, here's a little bit of a kicker here.
Mm-hmm.
Salado whooped their butts last year.
So I don't know much about Salado this year, and this hurts my heart to say this, but Salado, I'm sorry. Conley is good,
Dadgum.
and they have got some revenge on their mind.
So you're going with the Connolly?
Sorry, guys. I know. I should go with the hometown local yokels, but I'm also a realist.
Well, next up, you got the Little River Academy Bumblebees. Okay, they're facing off against Maynard New Tech.
Doesn't matter. Go Bees.
Go Bees. I was going to say go Bees. We know some kids on that team.
Yeah, go Bees.
We know some kids on a lot of these teams, but and obviously
I got my stingery up.
And then we got we got Troy versus the Cameron Yo tonight. Now, Troy has I think he's probably going to be all-state at running back.
Yeah.
But the Yo are ranked in the top 5.
Cameron is loaded every year. I don't even know where these kids come from. I understand that Troy is really good and they got a good running back. But you would be crazy to pick Troy over Cameron. And Cameron's going to win that one.
Cameron, okay. So
10 out of 10 times.
Cameron Yo.
Sorry, Troy.
And then last, you got to be careful with this pick. You got Calvary Christian against Central Texas Christian. Now, a little bit of feedback or backstory to this. Jimmy's cousin's the head coach at Central Texas Christian. So
here's the thing. Central Texas Christian School, CTCS, has had some good years and they've had some bad years. But I do believe that this is another good year. You saw what they did to, what did they play last week? Public school. Bartlett.
yeah, I think it
Beat them
was.
by 60.
Yeah.
Come on now. You gotta go CTCS.
Go Lions.
CTCS is the best.
Go Lions. All right. And it's unfortunate my Wildcats are idle this week, or we know what the pick would be there, right? All right, let's jump to the college game. We're going to try to stick with the Texas teams. Obviously, the Horns are idle this week.
Yeah, otherwise it'd be unanimous.
Who's A&M got? Somebody look up who A&M's got this week, because I forget.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
But we'll do...
Probably,
somebody look that up for us real quick.
probably the Texas State Girls College.
Yeah,
They've been scheduling some cupcakes.
probably playing.
Murray State.
Maybe Temple High is playing.
Yeah,
this
I
week.
don't know. It's a typical Aggie deal.
Anyway, we'll move on. Sorry, Aggies.
I'm not.
I got a lot of Aggie fans. I love you.
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Ooh. So let's start with that one. A&M and Arkansas.
Man,
That's
Arkansas is terrible.
That's a coin flip.
I know, but Arkansas is terrible. I do believe that A&M has played some pretty good schools.
Yeah.
They've played a really tough schedule, and they have not really been that close, but they've competed. So I'm sorry.
Going Ags. I agree.
It hurts my heart.
I agree. All right.
I hate Arkansas.
This one, I probably know where you're going. Texas Tech versus Oklahoma.
I'm sorry, but freaking Oklahoma.
We got a lot of Red Raiders around.
I know. And I would love to see Texas Tech beat Oklahoma.
Me too.
But right now, Oklahoma is basically playing like they're playing on Madden. I mean, they are putting up some ridiculous points. So it's
when you get a transfer quarterback every year, I mean, it's not hard.
Yeah.
So you're going Oklahoma.
That one really hurts my heart to say
Ooh,
that.
here's a nail biter. You got Kansas and TCU. Kansas has pulled off an upset.
Kansas is not a cupcake anymore.
Nope.
They got the Mad Hatter.
Les Miles.
I mean, you saw they beat. What did they beat?
They upset somebody.
Boston College.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago they beat Boston College.
Didn't they beat somebody else though and upset them?
I don't know.
Okay,
but either way.
And TCU got
it's at
knocked off by
TCU, right?
SMU.
It's at TCU. But SMU is 4-0.
Yeah, but it's a
And look who the quarterback is.
Shane
Texas
Boutrell,
Texas
transfer.
So yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, Kansas
Texas is
good.
favored by 15.5. TCU is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I still think TCU's got that one. It's at home too.
I agree. Next up, Iowa State and the Baylor Bears. That's tough. That one is tough.
I always want to root for Baylor. I'm a Baylor fan. Like I said, I went to Mary Hardin Baylor, sister school of the big boys up in Waco. But Iowa State is good.
Yeah.
They have got a good quarterback. They're good.
That's the toughest pick right there.
It's a coin toss, so I'm going Baylor. I don't
like
know if
it.
they're going to win, but I'm going to go with
I
Baylor.
like it. There's some local kids on that team, and I like the pick. All right, let's jump to my Cowboys. You got the Cowboys and Saints. Obviously, the Saints.
Oh man,
They're without Drew Brees.
okay, but here's what's tough. I got a cousin on the
I know
coaching
you
staff
do.
at the Saints,
I know you do.
and he's from the Dallas area. Played for the Cowboys
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of years. I mean, I know they're playing with a backup quarterback. The Saints are. Man, that's a tough one though, man. This is kind of a little rivalry now.
Cowboys are 3-0.
The Cowboys are my team. Let me just say that.
Easy.
This is a tough one, man. I don't want to go against family, but I gotta go with my brain. Cowboys. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Sorry,
I like
Dan.
it.
Sorry, Boone. That's my bad, buddy.
And the last one, the Panthers and the Texans. the stepbrother to the Cowboys.
And the Panthers don't have the QB, so
They're awful.
Texans.
Texans.
Yeah.
That's our pick 'em. Thanks for joining us. We had a good time.
Appreciate you. Had a good time, Brett. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.